wanted to do EVS because in the beginning of the year I had a really rough time in school and I was really unhappy. So I wanted a rough change, like to be thrown into the cold water. My main activity is to work in the youth center of Kalamata. During the day we have workshops, different workshops like dance classes or language lessons or like different artist projects, and while that time I'm taking care of the youth center and helping the teachers and instructors, and also I'm working in the cafe of the youth center. Yes, beside me there are also around 10 other volunteers and they are helping in different projects. And as an example, during the summer we have the street festival of Kalamata, and at this time every volunteer is helping and supporting the event. Hard to explain how it changed me, but it definitely changed my view on a lot of things, on how I work with people, how I live with people, how I see the future. I learned a lot of things beside English, which I improved a lot. I learned to work with people, which are maybe not so easy to work with, or to communicate without language, or to sell stuff and everything. I learned how to teach my language, which I was not confident at all first. But the things that was challenging was definitely to live with a lot of people, a lot of different people in one small apartment. But I think the thing that was the biggest challenge for me was to teach German, to come with people together, with Greek people who some of them didn't know English at all, and to teach a language in another language to people who speak also another language. I would definitely suggest to do EVS because it's a great opportunity, a great experience, and although the time would be maybe sometimes hard or challenging, you will learn from it. From the time you will grow and you will overcome your fears and whatever. And in the end it will be definitely a good and rewarding time.
Is a community where people with disabilities live and work in combination with volunteers and responsibles. It's organized that you usually have between 2 and 3 responsibles. These are usually Greek people or Greek-speaking people who stay here for several years to a very long period, and they are the responsibles of the houses. And then you have the volunteers who change every year or every 6 months depending on their projects, and they work together to take care of the people.
We have a lot of activities in STIA, mainly our 3 workshops. We run pottery and there's a garden and the jewelry. And I'm in the pottery, for example. That means I work with the people, we build things, we glaze things and do this kind of stuff. And also the volunteers sometimes propose activities. For example, we do a bakery, we just bake cakes or do things with the residents. Also there's art activities, music activities, sometimes a play, there's a theater for example, and yeah, those kind of things. Sometimes we also go on weekends, we do outings, we go to walk, or we visited Delphi for example. Yeah, we help supporting.
I feel like I'm changing my mindset a lot. I'm a lot less egocentric and more thinking about other people, because that's what you do in a community. And yeah, it changes me in a positive way, to think also more positive. and it also makes me a lot more relaxed, actually. The most challenging thing for me was the communication and the language with the residents and also the Greek people in general. Just not being able to understand them immediately was definitely hard in the beginning, but you work your way through it with gestures, with asking other people like what do they mean, and it gets better and better now that we are learning Greek.
For me, it's I don't think there was like a really big challenge. It's more like small challenges that come up all the time, like just taking a responsibility to take care about all the people. And I think also the language in the beginning and getting used to a new situation in a new country, this was a challenge, I think. But I think the challenges will not stop. Like this year will be full of full of more, which I think is a good thing actually. I would say you should do it, definitely, because it's a new experience, and I think it will change you definitely, because living in another country, having to adapt to those challenges, it's really enriching, I think, a really nice experience.
I decided to be an EVS volunteer because before coming here I thought that this is a great opportunity to learn new things, not just professional skills, personal skills too. The Solidarity Tracks organization was established in 2007 in Lefkada. They are working on many different kinds of projects, and they had long-term and short-term volunteers too. At this moment we are working on 3, 4, 5, 6 different projects. With another volunteer I'm working in the Lefkada Time Bank. This is a system for local people sharing skills, services and goods without using cash. Everybody can make their time valuable by sharing with others. My other project is the Orange Web Radio. A challenge can be the same, working and living together with many different kind of people from different cultures and different countries, but this is, of course, the one part of the learning process, one part of the EVS that after 1 year, I think that all of us will be more tolerant, more open-minded, more empathic. Our first impression, not just mine, the other volunteers' first impression about the local people were that when we arrived, every local people who met with the help of our coordinators or our mentor were really kind, and everyone who we met tried to help us. They are helping us to get involved in the everyday life of Lefkada.
System NG was created by 2 old EVS volunteers. They did EVS in Turkey, and so they decided they wanted to create their own organization which would do EVS, and they decided on Komotini because one of them was already Greek. So in System NG I work on a project on research. So I was interested in the region here because it's a very particular case of minority. They have a very big Muslim minority that lives here, that has lived here in this region called Western Thrace for 7 centuries because of the Ottoman Empire and the fall of the Ottoman Empire. It's really interesting because no one knows about this region, yet it's part of Europe, and I wanted to kind of expose this region to the rest of the world talk about it. Other volunteers in System G work on different projects. There are a lot of different things you can do here because it's a very diverse community. So we have a few of them who work in the schools, and they work with one of our mentors mainly, well, my mentor, not theirs, to do work with children that are, let's say, not very integrated in the community. So they do non-formal ways of education on different topics. They'll be like, okay, today we're going to do a topic about teamwork, and then they'll promote this idea with the children in a non-formal way. Sometimes we also do big events, like we always have, like there's always something going on, like the day against HIV or the elimination of violence against women. And then we do big events in the central square to raise awareness. The impact of EVS on me, I think, is quite broad. There's a lot of things that have happened to me since I've arrived, which has kind of influenced me to kind of challenge my expectations or my prejudices also about Greece. And I think that if one of my friends or someone I knew very well, or actually anyone asked me why would you do EVS, I would tell them just to do it for the experience, because there's so many things that you can bring out of it. It's like, first of all, you'll be surprised as to how many people you'll meet. You'll meet so many people, you'll make new friends, you'll broaden your horizons, and it will open up your eyes to so many different cultures and ways of thinking, and it's really an experience that is kind of unique. There's not that many opportunities you have to travel and meet people and volunteer at the same time. It can only bring positive things to people, I think. It's really a great experience.
I was EVS in the United Societies of Balkans in Thessaloniki, Greece, and it was a great experience because this organization works with media and social media, covering events, social and cultural events. We also make some campaign. We participate also in some youth exchange and training course. During my EVS, I had one radio show. Every week, me with another EVS collect news from the world, and we make on air a radio show. Then we write a magazine online on different topics. 4 years ago, I came like EVS, and now I am on the other side of EVS, because I am a coordinator for them in the same organization, USD. So DVS really changed all my life, because I changed place to live, job, I changed language, and it was difficult at the beginning. It's still difficult, but I'm really enjoying. EVS is a great experience. But of course you will follow on your road challenges. But the point is that in this kind of program, even if you are alone, I mean out from your home, from your comfort zone maybe, there is an organization, there is a coordinator, there is a mentor, and that support you in order to overcome the challenges that could be in the office or personal one. From the moment that I came here in Greece, Greece offered me a lot of things that I couldn't have in my country, actually, because I found a job without know the language. I learned the language on the way, on the street. And because of my EVS, I had the opportunity to come back here in Thessaloniki, that actually I love this city.
live in Greece for a year, and I was searching for different opportunities to be here, and I didn't want to leave my job straight away and maybe find a job. So I heard about EVS, and immediately it sounded like a perfect way to be here for a year. And then I also was searching for a project, and I wanted to have a project with kids, so that I thought that I will learn a lot here, that's something that I can also use in my life back in Finland.
I was quite young and I wanted to leave Germany for long. I wanted to go to a country in the south. I didn't really care where, so I applied in a lot of places. And I was sure I wanted to work with people with disabilities. I did my EVS, an institution for kids and adults with disabilities. So the activities we did was, in the morning we went to the wards. It was several wards with, I don't know, maybe 20 kids in one ward. And we were helping nurses to shower the kids, to feed. In the afternoon, we brought them to the school. We picked them up from school, brought them to therapies, and late afternoon we had like activities, handicraft, games, teachings, like teaching colors, shapes, whatever.
And also the kids give us some ideas what they would like to do. Like I am teaching English, having this English activity. And then from autumn I have been an accompanier to a kid in kindergarten. So it's a lot of things, and they have always told us to think what kind of activities we would like to do, and like to make this EVS our EVS. I knew a lot about Greece before I came, I could say so. I've been interested of Greece since I was a kid, but being here I've got new information, I've learned a lot, and I've got more deeper picture. And I think EVS is the safest way ever to learn about different countries, different cultures.
Our Greece, or the EVS, impacted my life in many ways. I was very young when I came. I was 18 or 19, 12 years ago. And I didn't know what to do with my life yet. And so the EVS gave me the possibility to figure out what I can do, what I'm capable of. It haven't changed my life, but it have gave me the direction where I want to go.